Hello, welcome to F1 2016 Season 2 Japan. It's coming to the end of the season now. I've got a decent lead. But you're looking at the lobby, it actually says one-shot qualifying, and that's because this isn't the first take. We got about 10 laps into the race and there was a safety car, and then the host disconnected, so that the whole track went, full course yellow as they do in WEC. So we had to just restart, and it was getting quite late, so we put it on one shot. We put the conditions as they were in the race, which was overcast, and we went again. Credit to the guys running the league; they've done very well to act really quickly and sort it all out. But I hate one-shot qualifying, so it's so nerve-wracking. But coming into turn one, there's really only one line through here, and I've turned in too early to start with, and then not carried enough speed in the second part. So that was shit, really. 3/10 lost there. And DS is now wide on the first apex, means you're wide on the second apex. Actually nailed that left-hander, and then this long looping right-hander. You're just trying to set yourself up for Dunlop, out the Dunlop curve. So close to spinning there on the curve, it was literally inches and I'd have been off. Try not to cut this. Did the best we could there, into Degner 2. Really good line through there, that was very, very smooth. Come to the hairpin now, you've got to focus on not braking too late. And we braked a little bit early there. So we had to lift off towards the apex. Compromised our run a little, short shifting for best traction. Sticking to the right here to shorten the line as much as possible. Coming into the spoon curve now. Braked a little bit late there, slightly wide, but we're trying to square ourselves off for this exit here in fourth gear up to fifth. Very nice, didn't even bother with the exit curve. So I suppose we could have taken a bit more speed there, but what can you do? It's one-shot qualifying, you've got one shot, one chance, and that's it. So coming into the final screen now, Casio triangle. Make sure you don't cut this one, hit that one nicely, and then really missed that because, and a little bit of oversteer on the exit, because you can use that curve to hook you in and pull into the right for the best shot to the line. 33.9, you can use the curve to hook you in, and we completely avoided it in fear of cutting the corner. So our best coming into here offline in quick racing at Williams was a 32.8, and we've done a 33.9. So considering online you should be able to do like a 33 or 32.5, then that's a bit disappointing. But pole and still second away from your quick race PB is pretty pathetic. But it's one shot. It's fucking shit. But we did the best with what we could do. I'm glad they put it one shot because I had an exam the next day, so I was pretty tense doing this, and had only a little bit of prep, so compared to normal anyway. So here we go, the formation lap. A decent launch, and we're just looking to, we're going to do a two-stop, medium to hard, and I know some people will be going for a one-stop, some people are going like soft, hard, hard, some people are starting on the mediums and they'll go medium, hard, soft, or something like that, and we're just looking to lose as little time as possible because easy to break your front wing and corners the way they are in Suzuka. So coming 5 red lights now. Really long hold, really long hold, but we're away now. We've actually got good traction and we're away. Got a car length on Mystery Man, so we can still turn into turn one. Brake really late to make sure we don't get slammed into. Now the idea is just to pull away as quickly as you can. Because I know most of the field are running 7.6 wings, and I'm running 8.7, so I just needed that in the Williams. The front end washes wide so often, it's quite difficult, especially on here. This track is coded quite a lot like Spa in terms of being very low grip and having sort of random dips and mounds, which are very difficult because the car reacts differently every single time you cross them. So you've just got to sort of deal with it. But a bit more downforce really did help me in my consistency as well as my one lap pace. But as you can see, we've got I don't know, half a second gap to Mystery Man. But if you're within like a second and a half, you're going to get slipstream, and that drags you into the DRS, and then DRS and slipstream's like at least 7/10. 7/10 with my wing level, maybe half a second with their wing level. So we're looking to pull a gap as quickly as possible, but as you can see, Mystery Man hasn't dropped off, and now we've actually missed the apex there in the second part of Spoon, and you can see he's had a much better run. We've almost touched the grass, and that would have been race ending. Literally straight in the wall. But here comes Mystery Man. Look at the slipstream now, there's no DRS, we're on full fuel. And I knew he wasn't going to make a move on lap 1, so I just put it in lean there, just to make sure that I had a bit of a gap to square myself up for this exit here. And we've done quite well there. Had a slightly better exit than him, a bit more exit speed, but here he comes again. Here comes the slipstream. You can see that arrow getting, you know, gradually more solid, but again, he's not close enough to make a move into turn 1. Now, here comes the dilemma. I couldn't pull away lap 1. I mean, I'm going to try now and again and pull away for lap 2. But you can see, look how close he is. Something that Flying Finn mentions in his videos, it's quite difficult to lead from the front, you know, especially when you're on heavy tanks. I mean, look, I'm going wide there and just about got it back in time for the downlock here, but it's very difficult to lead and not make mistakes. I mean, without the line it's terrific, but even with the line it's not fantastic, especially when you've got so much pressure. But at this point, I was starting to think, right, okay, I'm not pulling away. I've got to think about making sure that it's behaving sort of like Lewis Hamilton did in the 2016 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and just make sure I've got a great exit, great second sector, to make sure I've got enough of a gap in the third sector that he can't get past. So, nailing speed curve. Now we're turning a little bit early there, which means we're a little bit wide on the exit. We've managed to recover slightly. You can see arrow still hasn't gone, like it's still there. And here it comes. So we're in Richard doing as much as we can, but look at the closing speed. Look at this closing speed. And he could go for a move into the Casio triangle. I'm going to put it in lean, and he's actually gone for the move this time. He's gone for the outside to try and close me off, compromise my exit, but he's too far back, and we were far enough ahead to turn in there. He hasn't been able to hold it on the outside, and that's resulted in him having a slightly poor exit. But he's actually set a faster lap. So here he comes again into turn 1. I was thinking, well, is he going to make it? No, he backs out of it, so we put it in lean. At this point now, I know I tried for 2 laps and I can't pull away. So the slipstream is too strong. We're going to save the tyres and use more of the tyres in the last stint. So the last part of the stint, sorry. So the first stint should be around 5 or 6 laps. You know, if you completely destroy your tyres or push really, really hard in the first few, you're going to be really struggling on lap 5 and 6. So at this point I was like, right, okay, there's 2 things I'm going to do. I'm going to hold him up. I'm going to save, and I'm going to save my tyres. But in holding him up, he's going to be so frustrated that he's probably going to damage his tyres more than I'm wearing mine. So here we go into the hairpin now. We've already in standard, ready to get a good exit. And straight back up to Rich. Here we go. 58% brakes, just try and alleviate the tyre wear a little bit, because the front tyres wear more around here on the pad anyway, so put it back. Helps with the balance too. And here we go, just trying to nail spin curve. Not so much focusing on speed, but focusing on apexes, just hitting the apexes. And as you can see, we've had a far better run through there than the last 2 laps. And he's not had such a good run. So him being so close in the first sector has sort of put him off slightly. So we've actually gone into standard, and do we go into lean? I'm not sure if we're going to lean or not, but no, we don't go into lean, because we're looking for the exit off this corner too. There we go, not taking too much entry speed. A little kick of oversteer, or that was almost race ending, but at this point, Mystery Man's fed up, he's gone straight in the pits. So, end of lap 3, Mystery Man's pitted, which means he's definitely on the 2-stop. We kind of knew that from the soft tyres, but it also means he's probably going to have to do 2 hard stints to get to the end of this race. So I thought, right, I've got to push now to try and negate his undercut. Very next lap, set the fastest lap of the race, and come to the end of lap 5, I've said to Jeff, I'm going to pit this lap, because I could easily go to lap 6. Usually my tyres are around 50 odd % now, and they're actually at 58, you know, because of one-shot quali. And I thought, right, he's had the undercut, and I don't particularly want to fall behind him, so I'm going to pit this lap. And I don't particularly want to fall behind anyone else, because Kyle and Tractorman and all are on the mediums, they qualified on them. So here we go into the pit lane. Looking to see now if anyone's got any penalties, you know, how many warnings have people got. Not so many right now, so no one's actually got any penalties. But you can see who's got warnings and then who's likely possibly to get a penalty. So we're looking now, where's Mystery Man, because of course he's had a 2-lap undercut on the hard tyres, but we're going to come out the medium. Come on. And there we go, I can see him coming on the map into Rich now, and the gap's bigger than I thought it would be. So ET's managed to get past us, and Spike's there. Spike's just been overtaken by Mystery Man in turn 1, so I guess his undercut was negated somewhat because he spent most of lap 5 behind Spike. So call that luck, call that, you know, fortune or whatever, or call that, you know, him putting himself at risk of being in traffic by undercutting. That's just what happened, and it's, you know, given me a couple of seconds, but now it's just maximum attack. I know ET's on a 1-stop, so I don't know how much he'll hold me up, but I know he probably won't hold me up too hard because it'll affect his race time, and I've already told him that I'm going for 2 stops, so he knows that. Coming into the hairpin now, you can see how much I've closed up. You know, he's on half-worn mediums right now, and very kind of him, he lets him through. He's thinking about his race. It's a very mature thing to do. He's thinking about his total race time, and battling me would be pretty pointless because again I've got to do an extra pit stop than him, so he's just thinking the long game. ET's playing the long game, and it's, you know, real sign of maturity there. Lap 7, I managed to pull away from ET, and the other guys didn't manage to get past. Didn't get really close enough to ET, but there's a yellow flag and some grass, and TJ Carlo has gone off. I don't know how big his accident was, but you can see he's got dirt on his tyres because he's gone wide at the hairpin. At this point I'm thinking, right, okay, I'm going to just try and get a better exit and not hit him. And I don't know if he's let me through or that's just poor traction or his tyres are shot or whatever, but if he let me through, thanks. And if, you know, if he went off, I'm really grateful he didn't sort of spin up his wheels, and, you know, we didn't have it coming together. So, but again, that was quite good because I didn't have to spend time battling him. So, you know, it's all playing in our favour here, but, you know, I know that these guys are probably all running 7.6 or even less swing, and here comes TJ. I mean, you just see his arrow should be appearing any minute now, and I'm thinking, oh, right, he's going to come back at me with now his tyres are clean. He has DRS because he's only 4/10 behind. So coming into this straight now, I'm thinking, right, exit at the maximum speed, but TJ pits, so he may have had DRS, but he was coming up to his pit window anyway, and we set the fastest lap of the race. So pretty tense couple of moments there. And I'm grateful to it, you know, ET and TJ for not making it horrendously difficult, and massive corner cut there, just locked the rears. You can see the brake bias is on 58%. It wasn't intentional. But catching up to Mays now, and he's put a wheel on the grass and gone wide. Now, in catching Mays, I was thinking, right, okay, how am I going to play this? I wasn't really pushing too hard because I knew Mays was on a 1 stop. I didn't want to catch him too quickly and then sort of race him and sort of ruin his race as well. So, but now he's made a mistake. I'm thinking, right, okay, I've got to get past as quickly as possible so we don't get stuck together. So I'm trying to maximise this exit out of the spoon now. Here we go, he's slightly wide, and we will have the slipstream. Won't have DRS, I think he's running, maybe we're running 7.6 or 8.7, I don't know. But he's moved to left, so I'm thinking, right, okay, that's over defensive, which might mean he's letting me through. But no, he wants to go side by side through one thing. Oh my goodness, that was a squeaky bum moment. I mean, honestly, that was really, really scary, because I thought, right, he's letting me through. And then it turns out he wasn't letting me through, and he wanted to go side by side. I mean, I've never pulled that off the months I've had this game. It's always been contact, but, you know, credit to Mays. Making me fight for it a little bit there. That's very, very tense. You see me looking back like, holy shit, what just happened? Not like disbelief of what just happened, the fact that we got through there together at 180 miles an hour, whatever it was. But anyway, medium's a shot now. We're going to pit. I think it's we're pitting a lap earlier than we'd like to have gone. Just checking the race director again. You see, this is extended quite a lot from the last time we checked. But you can see some people have already got penalties. You see Mystery Man's got a penalty there, so I know now that if he's behind me I can just stick with him and all that sort of thing. We pitted a lap earlier than, you know, we really wanted to, just to cover off anyone else who's had the undercut, because I know some people were sort of out of sync in terms of their strategies. And you can see there are 3 people in the pit, and I think that person there is Kyle, who has undercut. So looking at it, we didn't really need to pit the lap we did. He could have gone another lap, but I thought, look, don't risk it. Get the hard tyres on, which are really consistent, and we'll just go to the end on those with a gap, rather than try and push the mediums, possibly risk losing some gap. And we didn't want to do that, so we just wanted to pull away at this point and make, you know, keep our lead safe. And then coming to the end of the race, that was literally it. We really weren't bothered. I think they all battled. Most of the pack ended up in one big battle, and we managed to stay ahead and win the race, which was really, really good. And, you know, with like a 19-second gap, so you can see how much they battled. And Mays has managed to pull off a 1 stop, with Paul closing very, very fast. But he's managed to stay out of all the traffic, and those are the results there. You see we're P1, and unfortunately Rob couldn't race, but, you know, Mystery Man and TJ retired about halfway through the race. TJ just before the end, but, you know, it was a good race. A bit lonely, but it was a good race, and I'm glad, you know, it was so well managed. Thanks for watching.